In the last episode of Worlds of Wonder, we began making the massive roller coaster in my 21 Pilots themed area, and today we are starting the intensely detailed theming for the ride. So welcome to Worlds of Wonder, episode 6. Welcome back to Worlds of Wonder. It has been a while. Specifically, it's been about 5 weeks since the last episode, so I can only apologise for the delay in videos. I've not really been around to make Planet Coaster 2 videos. I've been out and about. The weather started to warm up a little bit, so I've been out in the sun complaining about the heat. But yeah, I can only apologise. May has probably been like the busiest month of my entire life. I've been to concerts like 4 days in a row. I've been to shows, Beetlejuice the musical mainly. Such a good show. If you've never seen it before, definitely go check it out. But yeah, I haven't really had time to sit down and like add detailing to the game or add new areas. So it's kind of been on the back burner. It's kind of been the back of my priorities at the moment. But so much has happened since I've last filmed a video. We've been to Portons Park. If you don't know, Portons Park have opened a whole new area in the park called Valgard, themed to Vikings, a whole new coaster, a new flat ride, a re-theme of a coaster, and it's brilliant. So if you haven't seen the vlog from that, if you're only here for the Planet Coaster stuff, check out a vlog, give it a go, see what you think. And if you don't like it, pretend like I didn't ask you to do that. But yeah, overall, it has been a very busy May. Going to theme parks, shows, like I said, I can keep going on about it. But that is in the past. We're here now in the present for Planet Coaster 2, Worlds of Wonder, episode 6. Now, in the last episode, we made this Max multidimension coaster, I think it's called, themed to 21 Pilots, obviously. And today we're going to be adding the main bulk of theming. Now, off camera, something you haven't seen is that I have themed the queue line pretty much. In the last episode, you saw me start the queue line, and that is like the main, like massive rooms with theming in. But I've kind of done off camera the little rooms that you don't really see. That being said, it's still very detailed. It could have had its whole episode by itself, but I thought you've waited long enough. Let's just start the coaster. Let's cut the crap. Let's start the coaster. So that's what we're doing today. And at the moment, I'm currently making the Bandito camp. Now, obviously, this ride is themed to 21 Pilots, so we need to theme it to 21 Pilots. So the Bandito camp is basically the good guys, where the good guys hang out, and it's good. And obviously, it's an indoor coaster, so kind of making like a night scene didn't really make sense at first, so you'll see a little bit later on I turned the whole night scene into a cave pretty much. I don't know how well the fire would work in a cave, but we don't need to think about that. But I kind of realized halfway through making this that I have made a lot of indoor rides recently. I made the dark ride for the Untitled Park series. That was all indoor, so I think after I'm done with this ride, I'm definitely going to make like an outdoor coaster or an outdoor ride. I feel like I've had enough of dark rides for the moment because they're very finicky to add detailing. I mean, when you're in the game, and if you've played the game before, you know the Planet 2 coaster camera. The Planet Coaster 2 camera is a little bit weird. It works great, but sometimes it doesn't. So it's a little bit weird to get like indoors and get like specific details down, but it's not too bad. It's bearable. It's just I probably don't help myself when I put a roof on a building when it's not even complete. So that is my fault completely, and I don't know why I'm talking about it like it's the game's fault. But apart from that, it's not too bad. So yeah, the Bandito camp is sort of the first room you go into on the ride. It's kind of the biggest room in the ride that you go to. It's kind of the main show scene that you come across the first thing when you're on the ride, because when you're actually on the coaster, you're going pretty quick. So the only show scenes you get to are when you stop, and you've got like the switch track element, the drop on the ride. So there's going to be a couple show scenes in the whole ride, but that starting one is just a little taste of what's to come. And you'll see a little bit later on in the episode, I've added the first show scene to the ride, and I am well, not the first show scene, but the first sort of like the second show scene. That was more complicated than it needed to be. And there's some animated animatronics, and I'm very happy with it. It's the first time it actually felt like a 21 Pilots ride, because this whole time adding theming, it's sort of like, it could pass as a cave-like experience, cave diving ride. It doesn't feel like it's got its own thing, but after that show scene, it definitely feels like a 21 Pilots ride, and I can't wait to show you that later on. But before we get into that big show scene that I'm talking about, I want to talk about the new Planet Coaster update that has been teased for whenever it comes out. I don't actually know when it's coming out, but it's pretty much confirmed to be parades. Parades are most likely getting added to the game, and I can't wait. It's going to be so cool. So far in Worlds of Wonder, I don't have like a big plaza where like parade floats can like go around the plaza, wave to guests. I don't have an area for that, so I might have to invest in one going forward. Because in the park, I haven't really got like a main plaza area, and the one that I do is not really big enough for anything really. Looking back, there's quite a bottleneck when you go into the park, if we're talking realistically, but I don't think it's too bad. So yeah, parades are getting added into the game. I remember when the game first came out, people were like, oh, I wish parades could get added. And then a couple people realized that if you put scenery pieces and connected it to a roller coaster car, it would work as a parade, and it looks so cool. I mean, people did that for like public transport, like buses. They added a big bus to a coaster car and hid it underground, and it would look like the buses are actually going around a road and following a route. And it worked really well. And I was tempted to do it for the Untitled Park series, but I don't think it would have worked. Let's be honest. Let's address the elephant in the room. And I'm not talking about KSI. The Untitled Park series, it's a big humble jumble. I love it, don't get me wrong, but it's very discombobulated. There's not really like there's no entrance to the park, first of all. So it's a little bit hard to decipher where the main lobby in the park is. And we're going to go back and fix that, don't worry. The Untitled Park series, like I keep saying, is not gone forever. But this is why I like Worlds of Wonder so much, and starting fresh in a new park. I can kind of plan where I want things to go. We've already got the main restaurant sorted that we do on the live streams, and we've also got the toilet block, the main shop. We've kind of got that already. So yeah, by the way, if you want to catch a stream, make sure you're subscribed, because I do little random live streams every now and then. I don't have a schedule, but I probably should. But yeah, come join in. We just talk about random crap for about 2 hours. And I place about 4 bricks, so you're not really missing much. But if that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. But no, I'd love to see parades get added to the game. So I'm very excited. I mean, one of the good things about making an IP park, which this is going to be, is that I can make themed parade floats to each land, and I'm so excited for it. I have released what the second theme land is going to be, but I released it on a live stream. So, like I said, make sure you're subscribed to see any cheeky news that comes out. But yeah, I've already got the second theme land planned out. I've got the rides planned out. I'm so excited for it. So yeah, if you want to do some deep diving, check it out on the lives. But I'm not going to reveal that until the area is a bit more close to completion. And it won't take that long. I'm back now. It's not hectic May, so I've got a little bit more time on my hands. So yeah, I've got that. I forgot what I was saying. Parade floats, that's what I'm talking about. I can theme the parade floats to each land, which I'm so excited for. I mean, for the 21pilots land, I could have like Dima on wheels. Maybe that would look pretty goofy, but I could have the dragon from the album cover, or Clifford maybe, or Ned. I could have all these things and put it on a parade float. So I think that could be really cool. Hopefully it should be coming out soon, but until then we've just got to wonder. I don't know how it works. I reckon it's going to work like a normal flat ride, normal dark ride, where you just make a path. And it's like an invisible path, and then you can make the parade floats as big as it wants. And I think it would be cool if it's like a proper Disney parade where you have like staff members walking with the parade floats. I think that would be cool. A little added detail to make it a little bit more realistic. So yeah, again, not confirmed. So if it's not parade floats, ignore everything I've just said. And it's a bit awkward, but from what Frontier have been teasing, it looks very likely. And I definitely want to see some more bug fixes to the game. I mean, there's still a couple things that are a little bit buggy. For example, in the queue line, you'll probably see, I might do a queue line walkthrough at the end. If not, it'll be in the next episode. But it's quite a dark room, and I've added like a water effect on the roof. But annoyingly, because it's dark, the water effect looks a little bit weird. And that happens with smoke effects as well. When smoke effects are in the dark, they end up looking a little bit weird. So I would like to see a couple more bug fixes. Also like little things like placement. Like I'll move a piece, click the screen to place it, and then it won't place. And I know a lot of people have had them problems, not just me. So yeah, I would like to see a couple more bug fixes. But apart from that, I think the game has come such a long way from when it first came out. I mean, some of the things I've taken for granted, like scaling. I completely forgot that Planet Coaster 1 didn't have scaling, and I was going to go back and like do a little comparison video Planet Coaster 1 versus Planet Coaster 2, and then I remembered scaling didn't exist, and I thought that is crazy. I use it so much with like every build. So yeah, I love the game. I think I've got like 1,000 hours now, which is coming up close to my Planet Coaster 1 hour record, but we're getting there. It's taking its time, and I'm very happy with it. So let's talk about the big show element on the ride, the second like showroom that you get to. It's pretty dark on the ride, so you're not going to see a lot when you're on there. It's going to be a bit like Walking Dead the ride, if you know, at Thorpe Park, where you swoop past a couple things and there's like a flashing light. Rock and Roller Coaster is probably more widely known, like Rock and Roller Coaster, where you're swooping past things in the dark and lights just illuminate it when you're going past. That's the whole idea with the ride, because I know it's taken a long time and I don't want to do stuff on the ride that's above my ability grade. So yeah, this show scene I'm so happy with. If you don't know, in the 21pilots music video, Paladin Straight, go watch that if you haven't. At the end of that music video, Nico, the evil bishop guy, he basically bursts through a door in the Tower of Silence, and that's what the whole thing is set, in the Towers of Silence in Dima. And he comes through the door and he attacks Clancy pretty much. And originally I wasn't going to add this detail. I kind of thought it would be fine to be like a static room that you just go into, all the lights go out and then you get launched backwards. But then I had a little fiddle with making like a bishop myself, and it didn't look too bad. It looked a little bit goofy, but it's basically just a red robe. So I thought, you know what, it's not that bad. And then I thought, why not open the door and Nico comes crashing towards you, and then you launch backwards. Had a little play around, and it only ended up working perfectly, didn't it? So that is the first show scene. You go into like the main battle room where the battle takes place, and you look at the door in front of you, the track swaps behind you, and then Nico comes crashing through the door opens, and then you get launched backwards. I love it so much. It works perfectly. You don't see it in the time-lapse currently, but I did do his face to a certain extent. He's got like, the top half of his face is white, and then from his like nose below it's black paint. So I did do that off camera, and yeah, overall I'm so happy with it. I'm definitely gonna do a couple more show scenes on the ride, but apart from that, I don't think the ride is too far from completion. I don't think we've got a long time to go. I've done the whole warehouse off camera. You may have seen a couple bits there, and I have turned it blue so it blends into the sky, luckily. But yeah, apart from that, we've not got too long to go. This is the main ride in the area, that's why it's taken so long, but the queue line's pretty much done, so that's fine. We've got to do the station, and I also need to add custom trains to the ride. That's something I kind of dabbled with in the Untitled Park series, but I want to make a properly cool custom train. So yeah, if you have any ideas for that, let me know down below. And if you have any ideas for the ride, let me know down below. I haven't gone into it too much today, but I want to leave a couple secrets for the next video. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down below. And again, like I said, any ideas would help me out massively, because you guys have left some great ideas in the comments for the future. So yeah, I will see you in the next episode of Worlds of Wonder. See you later.